Now, in terms of the roadmap, I just wanted to highlight out some of the areas that relate to the full release that, if you're all up to date, you'll have seen is now available within Lifecycle Services. And then I wanted to kind of touch on what is the published side of things as well. First part that you'll hopefully all start to be recognizing is the fact that we're starting to bring together the navigation, the approach to the UI across the board. If you look at the top left-hand corner of my screenshot now, we've got the Dynamics 365 where my cursor's just wiggling a little bit. That will, as a drop-down, will lead me through to all my applications that make up Dynamics 365 operations. This is in effect the equivalent of what I suppose we were originally using as the home key, if there is such a thing, to link through. So that experience kind of has that initial launch page that brings the areas that make up business applications, Dynamics 365 that has been purchased by the customer, and you can see this little layout here as well. I'm sure some of you may have already seen this, which is great. But when I think about the full release, a couple of headings just to be thinking around, and I'll race through because I want to leave some time for questions. Yeah. So we've got the productivity items there, and you can see the headlines there. I already started to touch on those points. In terms of the intelligence side of things, so the involvement around the Power BI, there is a wider range of Power BI contents packs there as well. The retail store element I was talking about. So you will also have seen, if you've been following the roadmap through what was AX, now operations, that we once upon a time had a distinction between private cloud and public cloud. That has evolved as a way of thinking now, and it's really, we're deploying ourselves into the Microsoft cloud, and if we need to be providing that more private level of functionality, then we've got areas like support for the express route in here as well, which is what the express route is all around. And I'm pushing on here, so I'm just going to draw out a couple of headings. What I would highlight, some of the key ones that have changed. The cost accounting is a big one that has evolved this time. I strongly recommend you pick up on the content that's out there for the cost accounting module. The retail side of things continues to grow. A range of enhancements around bank management workspaces, new workspaces for the customer payments and bank management, as you can see there. I'm just going to conscious I'm racing out of time. A range of things around the HR side of things, so there's a lot more still to come on that side. Importantly, there's now going to start to be, and I don't think it's popped into Lifecycle Services yet, but the upgrade tools from AX 2009 will start to become available very shortly, if they're not there already. I haven't seen them in the last few days, so I think they're still to be made generally available. And then in the new year, the first half of next year, we'll then be providing tools around 2012 as well to assist customers in their migration when it's appropriate for them. As we continue on, there's a whole host of different points here, and you can see the integrational points is on here. We've got looking to implement quicker implementations, the templates, mobile apps are all going to continue. But the way we are also communicating our roadmap is also going to evolve as well. And if I click on this particular link here, this should take me straight through to a new website that is now up and running. And you've now got the links to this where you can have direct access to, in effect, the roadmap. And you can see here, it's covering the whole of Dynamics 365. And I can focus in on, in my case, operations, go off and search for something. I can see what's in development now, what's new, what's previously been released, etc. So a great new resource in terms of how we are communicating what is on our roadmap for the forthcoming period, and the period I'm expecting to be probably the next 12 months or so.